forgot to tell you about the fact that there's been nothing but fear in my heart and my soul this past week because I've come across many things that have led me to believe that NHQ haunted. I'm at home alone for a good chunk of time sometimes, and I was just laying in my bed having an anxiety attack as the days go by, and I'm just laying there thinking about what I'm gonna do for streams, how I'm gonna live my best life, and then I hear something. I hear doors opening and closing. Now, this is something that I've heard a couple times when I first moved in, but I realized it was just because of the wind blowing through the window in the music studio. And so I would just close the door and then it would stop because it was just the door and the wind. But the music studio now is completely covered. The windows completely closed and blocked because we blacked out the entirety of that room. So there's no wind in that room. Also, that door is closed. Every single door in the house was closed. That being said, I was laying down and I heard doors opening and closing. I have a video camera set up in the house, and it wasn't ticking off or anything, so that's how I knew it was an intruder. There was nobody scary coming to haunt me from IRL. There was no scary burglars or anything like that. But I kept hearing this door going, I'm also laying in my bed and my door is closed, but I can hear it opening and closing, which frightened me a little bit because why was it so fucking loud? That let me know that, okay, this sound is coming from the inside of my home. So I do what every ghost story girly does, like in a horror film, and I decide to investigate. Because what the fuck else am I gonna do? I'm stuck in a room, I'd die anyway. And so I get up and I open the door and I look out my door. The entire house is pitch black, and I just go, oh, it's smart I turned the fucking light on, but okay. And so I turn the light on, and then I look downstairs, and it's just pitch black too. And I do the same like cringe smile like this. I'm like, oh, and I look down, and I don't hear anything. And so I said maybe it was in my head. So I keep the lights on, and then I close the door, and I go back to laying down and thinking about Yuri or something. Another couple minutes goes by, and I hear, I say, okay, well, it's over. Goodbye, everybody. It's been good knowing you. I guess it's time for me to actually investigate. So I walk down the hall, and then I turn on the light to go downstairs. I walk downstairs, completely pitch black, but I'm looking around. Every door in the house is closed. And so I think to myself, well, maybe it's from the garage. Maybe it's the garage door, even though that door is extra heavy. Perhaps something caused it to open and close. I walk over to where the garage is, and I just lock it. I said, if there's a monster in there, I don't want it to open the door. I'm gonna fucking lock the door, and then I make sure every other door is closed. And then I run back upstairs and I close the door. And then I'm just sitting there, and it's there again, opening and closing. After I locked the fucking doors of the house, and I said, okay, you know what? If I die, I die, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and just act like that never happened. I'm gonna act like that never happened, and I'm just gonna live my best life. Fast forward to the next day, which was Thursday. Homie is home. Mr. Holmes is working on music in the music studio. I go up to my room, and then I notice that for the very first time since I have moved in to this house, the fan in my room is on. My whole time living here, I've never turned this on. Tell me why I leave to go shopping and I come back and this is on. There's no remote to turn it off, and there's nothing to grab. What do I do? Now, many people were wondering what it could have been. I still have no fucking idea, because you know how most fans have a switch, a light switch to turn it on? There is no light switch in this house for that fan. The light in my room is turned on from its own switch, and that's it. There's no switch for the fan. The fan, I guess, is a remote control fan. But I never got the remote control from the previous owners. Additionally, there's usually a chain, that you would pull. There are no chains on this fan. So when I get home, I hear something spinning. Then I look up and notice that the ceiling fan is turned on. I have lived here for 5 months now, I would say, and it has not ever once turned on. And I looked up and I said, what the fuck? There is a remote in my room. And I said, okay, well, I wonder if it's that. I push it, nothing changes. I realized this isn't even a remote for a fan, it's a remote for the light switch in the music room. And it's still on right now. I don't know how to fucking turn it off. And I was looking around my whole room thinking maybe it was just misplaced somewhere. I don't know. I still don't know what turned it on. And then some people could say it's something with the fuse or something with something else that caused it to turn on. I don't know what could have turned it on, because this has never happened before ever. And there is no big red button. There's nothing. Later on, yesterday night, Mr. Holmes went home. Mina went home. It was just me and Homie in the house. and we're in the music studio listening to the songs that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys shortly of the new cover album and the December album. And we're just having a good time, just sitting there enjoying life. And afterwards, I'm on my phone, Tommy's playing bass. And then we hear a big fucking crash downstairs. She and I just look at each other because that sound that was made sounded like something could have fallen. If you were to look downstairs and see if anything fell, nothing fell. So we just heard something downstairs again fall. And we just look at each other like Monka-esque. And we kind of had this look, a mutual exchange, where we were gonna just not acknowledge what happened. But we did go down and look at things later on. Yeah, no, there was nothing. Nothing fell. Nothing. Nothing in the fucking house fell. Nothing. There were no loose objects. Nothing. And we don't know what fell. And I don't know what's going on. But guys, if it is a ghost, and I am truly being haunted, they haven't hurt me. I'ma let them live. You know, I've learned to live with the Matara cockroaches. I've learned to live with spiders. The ghost wants to hang out, so be it. As long as I get to have my Yuri time and they don't bother me. If anything, they can read it with me. That's okay. You know, just maybe if they want to, they could turn the ceiling off fan off for me so then I can live my best life. It's just a clumsy ghost and I will. You know, he's not trying to harm me and that's okay. What if the ghost is a hot lady who also likes Yuri? That's actually what I've been convincing myself. Like, genuinely, I've been convincing myself that it's a really hot lady. Hey, you! Yeah, you! Are you a Numi supporter that had no idea about the fact that Numi Vtuber has merch? No way! Well, have I got something swag for you. That's right, guys. We've got some of these, and some of these, and some of... Oh, never mind. That one's already sold out. But there's plenty of stuff that won't sell out. Should you decide to check out Numi merch at uwumarket.com/Numi. Yippee! Get your swag merch today. Okay, you can put down the Glock now. I did it.